Hello and welcome to Computer 1813. My name is Michael Shaw and I'm going to be your instructor for this course. My background is in computers and I also have an education background as well. Currently the instructional designer for distance education, and I'm also a writer of a number of different computer books and other books as well. First question I have for you is, why are you taking the course? Well, you have your reasons for taking the course, and here's what some others have said. See if any of the things that they've said match up with the list that you came up with. Some people wanted to take the course just to make themselves a little bit less dangerous around computers. Sometimes there's a little bit of fear with regards to operating a computer system. And they just wanted to make themselves be able to use the computer system in a way that was effective. Others had interest in specific software packages, so maybe you're the same way. Maybe you're interested in a particular Microsoft Office product, or how to use a word processor, work on the web, and so on. Other people were interested in using computers for real life, getting some practical information and some tips. And certainly as we go through this course, there's lots of tips and things that we'll be talking about, no matter whether you're using a typical Microsoft type application or using some of the open source stuff that we'll talk about in a bit. Other people needed the credit for a particular reason. They're really tired perhaps of taking a long time to get something accomplished. And others wanted to know some of the basic tips and tricks. And other people heard I was all right, so I kind of like that one. Anyway, you may have your own list, and that's great. And hopefully what it is that you want to accomplish in the course will happen. I certainly hope so. Looking at the course outline, we'll be doing a number of things in the course. We will be covering computer basics, but we'll be moving through those fairly quickly. There are some other online resources that we look at that will help you if you've not used computers very often before. And I actually have a number of movies, you would call them, that you'll be able to take a look at to help you in that regard. We'll be looking at the operating system, particularly paying attention to how operating systems work and sort of the basic Windows environment, which really is, whether you're using Vista or you're using older Windows, Microsoft Windows system or Linux, or whether you're using the Mac operating system, all of those systems pretty well are using the Windows idea, basically having containers of information on your screen. And so we'll just talk about how different operating systems work. We'll be looking at word processing, talking about the basics, and I'll be highlighting things that are really critical to know with regards to word processors, such things as styles and so on. We'll be looking at some databases and how we create relationships between different data sets, presentations as well, spreadsheets, browsers in the sense of creating web pages that can be viewed on the web, and so that you can sort of see what it is that you're doing. Anyway, those are some of the things we'll be covering in this course. The marking scheme for the course is assignments worth 40%. Now it's critical that you do the assignments in order to be able to understand how to use the different applications, because I will be testing you on that knowledge in the final exam. So if you don't know how to do that, you're going to be in trouble. So it's important for you to do each of those assignments, and that is worth 40%, as I said. We'll have tests and possibly quizzes worth about 30%. And then the final is worth 30% of your mark. What would be the most important thing to take away from the course? Well, really, nothing can be a substitute for attitude. The approach that we have as we use computers is critical. You've got to have the attitude that you're going to go ahead, even if sometimes you don't know exactly what you're doing. And you're going to work at it until you find a solution. So you're never really going to understand, what your limits are until you actually start working with the computer system and trying things out. In all likelihood, you're not going to break it. I say in all likelihood because I suppose anything's possible, but in most cases, you will not break it. You also have to understand that you're never going to know all the commands, and you have to sort of accept that fact. I mean, that's difficult for some people. They want to sort of know it all, and in the computer world, no one knows it all. You know a piece, and hopefully when you get to the end of this course, you'll know the important pieces that you need to know for sort of basic applications. So you want to be prepared to try things out. And always keep in mind that the computer is a dumb machine, and you're the intelligent one in this particular relationship. So you're going to be able to get it to do stuff for you. It's not the other way around.